Hey guys, Steven here. Today we're gonna change things up a little bit and review a video that was sent to me. Rather than me give you just a quick summary of it, how about we watch it together and I will share my thoughts along the way. Before I get to the video, remember the lawyers I have chained in my basement, they get a little bit rowdy, and the only way to calm them down is to give you a quick little disclaimer. I'm not a doctor, I'm just some random dude on the internet. Everything said here is my opinion, and I cannot give medical advice, blah, 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 blah. You get the point.
Hi, I'm award-winning fat activist and professional feminist killjoy VIRGIE Tovar, and I'm here today to talk to you about an epidemic that's affecting women everywhere. It's called CRFI.
What the f*** is a fat activist? This must be a joke, right? Please, someone tell me here that this advocate is here to stamp out discrimination and not to advocate that people become fat or stay fat. I will hold my judgment for a few minutes. Maybe I'm just misunderstanding her title. I'll give her the benefit of the doubt. Let's continue with the video.
An event that's meant to bring people together. There's swinging tunes, some adult beverages, and good convo. And then it comes time to cut the cake. And someone decides to ruin everything.
Oh my God, that slice is huge. That slice is bigger than Beyonce's paycheck. Can you cut me half of that?
A cake-related fatphobic incident, or CRFI, is that moment when it's time to eat delicious cake and it's interrupted by a moralizing impulse. Inevitably, there's always someone at the party who has to declare publicly that their slice is too large, and that the person who's cutting the cake, almost invariably a woman, must do some disproportionate amount of labor in order to accommodate their need to feel superior.
Without knowing the full context of this example, it's hard for me to comment intelligently. Was the person just quietly asking the server for a smaller slice of cake? Or was she announcing out loud so that everyone could hear it, "Oh, this piece is too big"? I feel the point that Virgie is trying to get across is her distaste for people that go on and on and on and on about how big the portion was, and that is just way too big. In that context, I would agree with her. It is very judgmental, rude, and just plain annoying when some person in the group unilaterally determines that a specific food portion is too big. In that case, just take your slice, sit down, shut up, and only eat half of it if you wish. Now, on the other hand, if she just wanted a smaller piece of cake for herself, and she wasn't making a big deal out of it for everyone else, then what the heck is Virgie so upset about?
This kind of behavior is a way for people to keep other people in check through food moralizing, surveillance, and policing. These are the mechanisms that are at the core of diet culture and weight control. The idea that you can position yourself as superior to others through self-control and self-denial is super sexist.
Wait, hold up, sexist? Okay, that is... There is nothing sexist about this. It is a combination of moral superiority where one individual, be it a woman or a man, feels they are better than the rest of the group, and also part insecurity, where they think the only way that they can feel better about themselves is if the group bows down before them. In this example, when the person states the slice of cake is too big, what they are really saying is, I'm a fat ass and I would love to eat that whole slice, but I know that everybody in the room will judge me for eating it. So instead of just eating the slice, she chooses to chastise the group for eating large slices of cake in an effort to appear better than the rest of the group. In this context, if that's what truly was going on in this imaginary scene, then I would agree with Virgie. But something tells me this video is about to go off the rail really soon.
Watch how this woman demonstrates a different way to engage with cake. Thank you. No, thank you. Practice just taking the cake slice you're given, or simply saying, no thanks. Don't make other people be your cake nanny.
Well, okay, maybe I spoke a little too soon. I still agree with her here. If you want cake, eat it. If you don't want it, then don't eat it. Be an adult, choose what's best for you, and stop worrying about others.
The next time that you're on the verge of committing a CRFI, be an ally to women rather than an accomplice to patriarchy. Because, after all, Patriarchy doesn't give a fuck about you, girl.
Ha, here it is. I knew we would see this somewhere in the video. Virgie is not standing up against moral superiority and the overreach of the self-proclaimed nanny. No, she is instead saying the desire to lose weight is rooted in sexism. That is total and very harmful to persons, men and women alike. To say that weight loss is a misguided goal of misogyny or out of a deep-seated hatred for yourself? I feel that Virgie is just making excuses for people to continue to be overweight. While researching for this video, I found how she defines being healthy.
To me, health is about loving my body, eating without shame, and promoting a world where every single person lives a life with dignity and respect, regardless of size or health status.
Alright, that may sound good and all, but no, that is not how you define health. And her hyper-focus on the cultural backlash of obesity, rather than the actual health repercussions, is harmful to her audience. I presume some trolls will start hammering away in the comments.
But you're a man, you're the problem, unlike unsubscribe.
Okay, then let's get a woman's perspective on this.
So here is a post from her Instagram from a few days ago.
Dieting is not a sign of success, it is a sign of woundedness. And part of the caption reads, "My current response to people dieting equals, I hate that this person is wounded by fat phobia. I hate that we live in a culture that makes people feel like something is wrong with them."
First off, I'm not going to sit here and say that diet culture doesn't exist. If by diet culture we're referring to the value that we currently place on being thin as a society and the tendency for many, if not most women to spend their entire lives dissatisfied with their body, flitting from one diet to the next. This is an undeniable fact. More people have eating disorders than ever before, and I'm sure there are millions of people, men and women, quietly struggling with their bodies who don't quite fit the ED category. I agree with her here, and I think everyone agrees with the basic premise that people should be accepting of their bodies no matter what size they are. Here's something that she posted on Instagram not too long ago, with part of the caption reading,
Someone asked me what I thought of Overeaters Anonymous. Answer, I don't believe there's such a thing as overeating. We don't need more control in our relationship to food. We need less. Eat what you want. Eat when you want. Eat where you want. Eat as much as you want.
People are dying out here, okay? You can't just say stuff like that. So the reason I showed you that is to demonstrate that it's not conjecture or hyperbole to say that Virgie believes in making zero attempts to control your intake of food and insists that if you do, it's because of your internalized fat phobia. Okay, so that we can be properly infuriated by the audacity of this to begin with, let's consider Virgie's audience. Virgie Tovar is not preaching to people who want to lose 20 pounds of vanity weight. She's speaking to women, including a lot of young and vulnerable girls who spent the majority of their lives struggling with their weight and who are potentially very obese.
I think Kayana's point here is very important and bears repeating here again. Virgie puts on this act for her audience, saying that not only is it okay to be fat, that she actively discourages people from taking steps towards losing weight. Making it clear in her videos, her social media posts, and the books that she has written that any action towards reducing one's caloric intake or exercising is giving in to the patriarchy. I want to clarify that being fat is not something that should be encouraged. We all know that obesity is linked to multiple health-related issues that will dramatically shorten a person's lifetime. That doesn't mean someone should be shamed or made fun of because they are overweight. Instead, they should be encouraged and motivated to improve their lives. But only if the person wants help. Now, this goes back to the video that Virgie made where my interpretation did have one good message in it, and that nobody needs an overprotective nanny guilt-tripping everyone into compliance.
Her writing is often hyperbolic, but there's always intense descriptions of food. Tons of obsessive moments with food throughout her stories. Her podcast is called the Rebel Eaters Club, and she has written an entire article on how she dumped someone because they didn't like Ruffle chips and sour watermelon candy. She also made this video with her friends.
Die, Kale, die! Fuck you, vegetables! Die, veggie scum! Look at what we
eating vegetables.
Wow, Virgie. Seems like you have a really great relationship with food. All foods are equal, right? Except vegetables, though. Fuck those guys.
I am speechless. What else can I say? I think that Virgie puts way too much focus on food and externalizes the blame for her obesity to others. Hey, if she wants to be overweight, that's her choice. I will not judge her for that. However, I will judge her for her reckless disregard for others' health and safety when she discourages her audience from working towards a more healthy approach to life through exercise and moderation of junk food. In the end, I think all she cares about is finding an excuse to continue to be fat. It's easy when you externalize the blame on something or someone else. In fact, even blaming someone or something for one's weight misplaces the emphasis. There's no fault, no blame, but there are choices. Good choices and bad choices. Everyone has to make them every day of their life, and no one is perfect. Some days you will make good choices. Some days you will slip up and make a few bad choices. It happens. For me, every moment of every day I am faced with choices. Sometimes I make the right decision. Sometimes I make the wrong one. Either way, I do not dwell upon them. Instead, I strive to learn from each bad decision so that next time I can make a better choice for myself. Accepting your mistakes, but not making excuses. What do you guys think? Has the fight to stamp out the social stigma of obesity through fat shaming gone too far? Is it okay to encourage others to be overweight? Am I right or am I totally way off? Share your thoughts and comments below, and make sure you share this video with your friends and get their opinions on it as well. Thank you very much for watching. Please make sure you click like and subscribe. Doing so really helps the YouTube algorithm. Thanks, and I'll see you on the next one.